Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. It is week 8 of the EA Sports college football season, and the games are getting more intense. It's the USC Trojans and the Florida State Seminoles. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Chris Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
I caught up with the Florida State head coach pregame. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Noles ready to kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Simmons trying not to drown in the noise. It's complete to the left. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39. Snap it from the 39. First and 10. They're going to run it to the right. Oh, he's got some space. The 40. He's at the 20. To the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Looking for room. It's Edwards. Enough to move the chains. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Making the adjustment. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's Simmons to throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looking to pass. It's Simmons. Good job just to get rid of that one.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Now here's Simmons. Looking for a big play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. The 40.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He's changing the play. They'll move the tight end. First play of this drive. Keeping his eyes downfield. And here's a fumble way behind the line. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
After the sack, they have their work cut out for them. Basically, they have to get it to the other side of town. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on second down. Rush is on. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And that's two really good plays in a row by this defense. Nice job, man. They are on it. You can tell. Reacting to what's going on, rushing the passer, being disciplined, tackling. The most important thing is getting guys on the ground. Now they've forced an advantageous situation on third and long.
The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted, a first-half turnover. To operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. And the Trojans come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Give to the back. They were all over it.
That is such a nice example of the defense reading and reacting and locating the football on the sweep play. They weren't fooled at all. They knew they were trying to go to the outside. They got leverage, corralled the back, got him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now staring at a third and short from the 40. Simmons makes a catch right in the middle of a danger zone. Could not make his way to the corner.
Third and short, a lot of times you're thinking be aggressive defensively. They play zone. They sit back a little bit. They try to discipline. Nice tackling to get the third down stop.
Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. On the move, it's Edwards. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Right back to the well. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. Snapped on 4th down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position. Great place to start for this offense. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Going with the counter play here. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Throwing Simmons. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown USC! And they take it in for 6 more points. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the wideout. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. They've got a first down here to open the period. Hits inside. It's Edwards. He's got enough. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warrick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Fires quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Wants to go up top on second down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Defense in press coverage. Here's Simmons to throw. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they need.
Looking for a man. It's Simmons. Throws to the tight end. That pass is incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the Dome. Trying not to drown in the noise. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. The Trojans will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fields the punt. Lowers those pads. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive. Already down 14. Right side, it's Lopez. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. The give. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Straight ahead, it's Edwards. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Edwards. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
But, guys, they're not sending the punt team out there. They're going to go for it. This is a huge risk, and, man, if it backfires, they're in trouble. Needs it here on 4th down. Takes a hit as he fires. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. There he goes. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Simmons fires to the right. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
To the air, it's Simmons. Still looking. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
From the gun, running back on the move. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. The returner will field it and bring it back. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. will get this drive going from the 17. Press center downs going to the air. Flip it out to the back on the screen. And the screen goes nowhere. They stop him for no gain on the play.
And I love linebackers, man. They just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Second down to the air. Slots it away.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
And the quarterback has to be able to get the ball out. When you're in an empty backfield, this area of the field, you don't have any tight ends or running backs helping you in pass pro. You've got 5 blockers. So you're not going to be able to hold on to it very long, especially if they're adding extra guys. And the QB there needs to know, if it's not open right away, I'm throwing this thing into the bleachers. He does not and gives up the big safety.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Throwing Simmons. Under pressure. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Back to pass, it's Simmons. Look out! Gets rid of it.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Going to the running game. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On the direct snap, it's Edwards. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. We begin with the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the Michigan Wolverines. And it's South Carolina looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. Let's check in now on some of the other action today as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing.
explosive Florida State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Just like this offense, when I'm playing...
Oh, he found a space on the right. He's inside the 40. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Running the red zone, it's Edwards. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The run inside, it's Chroma. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Now on the move. Moving toward the end zone. Ball out! And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And I'm not going to say this one's over, man, but once you start to get in the third quarter and you've built this big of a deficit, every possession means so much, and you can't give them away, and they do. And they give it away with the fumble, and now they're going to really need this defense to bail them out, to make some plays, to force a turnover, maybe even score because they've built a good deficit.
Didn't find much room. He'll pick up a couple out to the 5.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability to stop the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Looking for a crease. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll try the right side. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Here's Simmons to throw. Going deep. He's got it down the field. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Trojans are flying down the field. Motion from the wide receiver. On the ground, it's Wormley. They put the brakes on him.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up. And
here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offense defensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Simmons. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
On the return. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example sometimes.
Put you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something. Put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Powers inside. Oh, he's got some space. At the 20. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
Well, in a short yardage situation, they pull off an explosive play. And how about the blocking up front? Everybody getting a big-time push.
Yeah, and in those 3rd and shorts, defense plays aggressive, loads the box. One guy misses, and it ends up being a big gain. Nice play by this offense.
Wants to throw on 1st. Got him quickly. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man, or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Singleton. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Motion from the wideout. FSU calling its 2nd timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. It's Wormley. Nowhere to go.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So the final period starts with a second down play. Simmons. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking. And something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it was an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Austin Simmons, the play fake. Keeps it going. Fires on the move. Out wide right, it's Matthews. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Throwing Simmons. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Knowles. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
Down he goes.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Takes the handoff. It's Wormley. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. That holding call backs them up 10. It's now 1st and 20. Here's Simmons to throw. Rush right in his face. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Kroma. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida State. And Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Just smothered on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Complete in the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll move the wide receiver. Simmons. He lets one fly deep. Makes a catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's got it down the right side. Off and running. Touchdown Seminoles. And here they come, almost all the way back. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. This offense prides itself on going after after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. From deep, it's Gee. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. Looking for blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. At the 35, he's loose. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Fresh set of downs going up top. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Second down, going to and he's got the first down. Good pickup on the play there. And now we'll see what they do coming out of the 2-minute timeout. And the Noles come to the line with a new set of downs. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw again. They're all over it. Got a man in the middle. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Snapped it in the shotgun. Into the end zone. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets. And then if you're the team that got that ranked win, Jesse, you start to build your resume, start to build some momentum. So this squad got a good win today.
They sure did. They put the rest of college football on alert with that huge win. And for the team losing, they've now got to be able to turn the page. They got to go back, do some soul searching, because they're a much better team than what they showed today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.